Welcome to the Adjacent Weekend Update with Jody Sylvie Wynn and Shelly Sylvie Graby.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent. Welcome to season 4 of the Adjacent podcast. All right, take it away, Shelly.
We cannot believe we're saying those words, whether you've been with us since day one. Thank you, Cheryl. Or you're just finding us today. Thank you for being here, you guys. We're so friggin' excited. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Shelly.
And I'm Jody, Shelly's little sister. She's older than me.
Thanks for pointing that out. We're two Austin sisters who grew up a little feral, and thanks to our incredible producer, Jordan Cannon, our theme song says it best. Just two feral girls living in a lovely world that pretty much sums us up.
That's right. We're pretty feral, but we do love our lovely world.
Yes. And we're taking this podcast train on an adventure of a lifetime. We've met incredible people, laughed until we cried until we laughed, and somehow this little awesome podcast has grown into a show heard around the world.
We're on every continent except for Antarctica.
But our friend Marco is working very hard to make that happen. We're recording before July 1st. By July 1st, hopefully we're worldwide.
Absolutely.
So that's hard. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Brandy. All of those that have been reaching out to park rangers and everything, trying to listen to one episode. Come on, guys.
You're so true. I feel like we've cried and laughed like simultaneously. You know, it's been a lot of work, but it's been one of the most rewarding things in my life, you know, just learning from so many different people.
Agreed. And if you're enjoying what you hear, we'd love for you to click follow, leave us a 5-star review, and share the show with someone you love. Every share helps us.
That's right. Every share.
And our goal here is, I was talking to Collie Parsons. Sorry, Collie, to out you. But I was like, our whole mission is sharing other people's stories.
Yes.
And so then it just kind of snowballed into this conversation. And I posted this in the newsletter that dropped on Sunday, is that I was like, we are like the creators' supporter. Like, we're athletic supporters, but we're for creators. And right. we just want to shout everybody out. And we're also very athletic supporter as well. But it was very funny because then just visually thinking, and she said it, she goes, so you're like a jockstrap.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, we're like a jockstrap. We're spotlighting, everybody. And we're just like, go. And so that's really what this is. I mean, that's what this whole thing is about. And we're over the moon with it. But please go check out our newsletter because there's a visual that made me laugh out loud when it was made. So
another great news is we are the top 1% of podcasts worldwide, thanks to all of you guys for liking and following. So keep that coming.
I mean, you guys worldwide, and that honor belongs just as much to you as it does to us. We would actually say it belongs more to y'all, for sure. And so for season 4, we listened to your feedback. We made some changes, added new shows, and created even more ways to connect.
Absolutely.
We also hope you all will please consider joining us over at Patreon. It gives us so much flexibility to add so much more depth to these stories, behind the scenes moments, videos, newsletters, and plenty of extra fun. And Jody really lets her freak flag fly.
I think it's where you don't have to go censored, because as you know, on Apple and these other feeds, they get a little upset with certain wordage, or if you're saying, just, pushing buttons. So we try to that's where we get to be like our true authentic selves. This is just a glimpse into it, and we add a lot more things there that we don't want to over freak you guys out with something every hour, but we would.
We would. We would put Joe Rogan to shame. We would be like 8 hours a day of just back to back to back goodness. But yeah, I mean, a podcast audience is limited. We understand y'all's bandwidth is it right about an hour, but sometimes these conversations are so powerful that they, are way past an hour, or they need to be, we need to revisit. We need to come back to it. We need to talk about it again. And so that's what Patreon gives us, that flexibility, and I love it so much.
Yeah, so you may be asking yourself, what is adjacent? People ask us that all the time. I feel like the song tells you, but just to redefine it, after a lot of thinking, we've evaluated. Here's our elevator speech. Adjacent podcast is where real people have real conversations. We're two Austin sisters who believe everyone has a story worth telling. We interview entrepreneurs, educators, nonprofit leaders, artists, adventurers, and everyday people who are making a difference. Along the way, we explore Central Texas, travel, books, current events, food, the outdoors, and all the moments that connect us. So our mission is simple: build community one conversation at a time, leaving people feeling a little more connected and a little more hopeful and a lot more inspired. We hope.
Yes, that is our goal. And for sure, you guys, we see it happening. We see all these people exchanging numbers and connecting and living real life. And the movement is so exciting to watch. And we're so grateful that we get to be the spotlighters. We get to be the spotlighters of this adventure, for sure.
Absolutely.
So here's what's new for season 4, you guys. We got a brand
so many different things.
Yeah, yes. A brand new weekly line on Mondays, because we know everybody's tired on a Monday. We want y'all to get cozy up, and we want y'all to listen to Have You Heard This? We're going to drop it at 2 a.m. like we typically do. And if you wake up in the middle of the night and need to be put back to sleep, it's there for you. If you're at 3 a.m., you wake up to pee and you need a bedtime story to get you back in, push play. It's there for you. But if you're like, you had the Sunday scaries, you went to work, you dealt with your anxiety, and you need a little help getting back to sleep or getting to sleep on Monday night, we got you covered.
Absolutely. I love Have You Heard This one? 1 week Shelly tells a story, the following week I tell a story. So and our stories range from like pop culture put into a bedtime story format. It could be a movie, a book, it can be history, it can be a ghost story, you name it. We love to tell the stories. So that's that format. What happens on Tuesdays, Shelly?
This is our staple, and it will not change. We promise. We committed to you guys that this will not change. It's adjacent interviews. We go deep with one person each week. We've done it the whole time, and we've expanded. We have done other interviews, but we usually add them to another feed. But our Tuesdays are so critical to us. They're the spotlight of the week.
And this is where you get to get deep dive and get to know different people and connect with them. And it might be someone that really inspires you, or their funny stories might give you a chuckle. And then some of their heartwarming stories will just make you feel all those feels. So what happens on Wednesdays?
Wednesday's weekly news, and that's what we're doing right now. Happy July 1st. It's the beginning of the month, a big celebration month. Hopefully everybody's getting their vacations in. But on weekly news, we catch you up on what's happening in Austin, or our community, our foodie adventures, books we're reading, sports we love, nonprofits, and all the random things we are obsessing on over at Bravo.
So with the weekly news, we had it on Fridays, but we decided people might need it a little earlier so that they can get their, maybe if it's a foodie situation, maybe you need to set a reservation. Maybe you're planning stuff for that weekend. So this is just a great way for you to understand what's going on in Austin or around Austin, or, wherever our adventures have taken us. So on Thursdays, what happens?
Tell us what's happening on Thursdays. It's
Right.
brand new.
This is our brand new series. We heard a lot of feedback that people love our RV stories and our hiking stories and where to go, like to get your outdoor fix. So this is where we have adjacent to the great outdoors. This is where we will tell you places that we've been adventuring outside, and it can stem from nature preserves, parks, the state parks, the national parks, and it also is just us going around the town here, finding the waterfalls or playing in the rain or being out in the sun. You figure it out, or when we just go RVing around to this amazing world that we live in. I love it. This one came direct from you guys. We love talking about RV life, hiking, and all the trails and wildlife, state parks, etc., camping, and if you want to come on or give us some hints, let us know, because the great outdoors is where it's at. And then Fridays,
It's on Fridays, it's adjacent givers. And we thought Fridays would be a great time to kind of just really bring the community together and share what's going on in the community, and give those nonprofits in our area an opportunity to share what they're doing, to, you know, conversations with people making our communities better.
absolutely. This is something that we feel like goodwill giving. We are into giving back to the community. This is one way that we feel like we can give back to the community, is letting you get spotlight if you are doing a charitable act or in a nonprofit. So thank you to all those givers out there. We love you.
Yeah.
And then what happens on Saturdays?
Saturdays, we're just doing an adjacent showcase where we're showcasing our favorite podcasts, what's going on Patreon, and definitely what's going on with Shody Media.
That's right. That's where you'll hear from about all our other podcasts on the Shody Media Network, and where you can start, exploring some new incredible podcasts out there. And then Sundays.
What happens on Sundays, Jody?
Our Patreon newsletter with bonus content, behind the scenes updates, photos, and all the extras. This is when you get to go explore Patreon. You can be a free member, $5, $10, $25, and $100. At the $100 level, you become a producer. We will take you out to lunch. We will wine and dine at 69. Yeah.
That's right. We sure won't. We'll buy you a $69 beer. And coming up in studio, before the teachers head back into classrooms, we're packing the studio with amazing educators. We've got our friend Katie Daly, which was supposed to be a surprise, but I blew it. Stacy Shapiro. We call her Nellie. Janelle, Nicole. She's Nicole Anderson to us. And then Charlene, who's a nurse in one of the public schools, and her husband, Martin. And I will say they're the unofficial mayors of Pound Town down in Dripping Springs. Everybody knows them. I'm super excited to have them in studio, and we cannot wait to share them with you guys and have these conversations. We're very excited.
Yes, this is so fun. These interviews are what it's all about, getting you connected with amazing people out in our community. So, Shelly, this is when we get into what's happening around Austin. So tell us, what are some of the things that are happening in the community?
I mean, we have the 4th of July going on this week. It's very exciting. It's kind of a slower time around. Well, I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's fireworks and all that. But I feel like everybody's on vacation. And I love that. I know all of the educators get a full week off. And so for us, we'll be playing cards and just chilling. What did you read in the what's going on around the news, Jody?
Well, of course, our Austin Symphony is playing at the annual 4th of July fireworks show. We also, what's really cool in Austin, because we are right on Town Lake, or Lady Bird Lake, as some people call it, you can rent stand-up paddles at Epic Sup stand-up at 8 p.m. so that you can be under the fireworks on Town Lake. There are tons of rooftop parties all over town This one's cool if you don't live in Austin, but you live just outside the city limits south. And Buda, Doc's drive-in theater is having events all day, and then they're playing Captain America and Indiana Jones. So I thought that's fun. I love a drive-in theater. So those are just some of the things. But believe me, even though Shelly said this is kind of like the lazy days of summer, not in Austin. There's always something for everybody. But what we're saying is we might be a little lazy on that day.
Yeah, we're going to be lazy on that day for sure. What's going on in sports right now, Jody?
Well, the World Cup is going on, and then professional baseball. But the World Cup is happening in the North America, and I am loving it. I love all of the big fans coming in, loving ranch dressing, loving free refills, loving ice in their drinks, loving the air conditioning situations that are happening, and but loving each other and spending this time as humans getting connected. So that is what is happening in the sports arena. Tell me about the nonprofit spotlight. Who are we spotlighting this time?
Hey, real quick, I have to go back to this. The 4th of July is the 250th celebration of the U.S. It's a big, big deal. And earlier I heard, and I don't know if this is going to line up, but there was a potential that the UK and the US were going to be playing on the 4th of July in the World Cup. And everybody was like, well, isn't that ironic? And so I don't know if that is actually how it lines up.
We will see. We will see. I will tell you, those Brits look good.
Yeah.
We look great. We look great. They look good. That will be another tough battle that we
know.
leave it on the field. Leave it on the
field. Anyway, with the nonprofits, Trick of Hope Ranch, which is very dear to my personal heart, and they have started their Special Olympics swim team at Circle C Pool here in South Austin, and they need volunteers. It helps the swimmers. They're more motivated when they each have a volunteer coaching them. So if you live in Southwest Austin and would like to volunteer, give me a call. The summer fan drive is happening, and our friend Rich Siegel, very entertaining interview, and is a volunteer there. And so don't forget about the summer fan drive. Our friend Kaylin with Nolan Ryan Foundation is looking for auction items, and their tickets are on sale for their big golf tournament in October. And then Jody, talk about Light the Path. I know you're a fan.
Yeah, so CPath is having their annual Light the Path coming up in October. Go ahead and start sending in any auction items that you would like to. Buy your tickets now. They're on sale. Make your donations. This is an amazing, amazing nonprofit that provides activities for people that are in wheelchairs. CPath is cerebral palsy, but it does help a lot of other people, not just the CP community, but others. They have soccer for our people that have CP as well as in wheelchairs. They also have an equipment closet that they provide different equipment for people in wheelchairs or leg braces, you name it. And it's an incredible opportunity for you to be part of a group that always gives back. They work so hard for this community. I love them so much.
We love them so much. You guys, please consider becoming a monthly giver for them. I have a big goal that I've been working on for 2 years now, is that we have $10,000 worth of monthly giving going into CPAT to help them become sustainable. $10,000.
Yeah.
So if everybody could do $10 or $25 a month, that would be so helpful to keep this amazing nonprofit going. And they are absolutely incredible. This last Saturday, they had kind of a swap. They had all of these items donated. And so they were able to, hey, we have the larger size of something, swap yours, and have this big kind of open door for their equipment closet where people could exchange for the next size up. And then the other sides could be repurposed and reused. And you guys, they send their equipment worldwide. Our friend Kelly Kroll has taken suitcases, multiple suitcases, large suitcases down to Mexico to get braces down there. They're shipping it all over the world, helping so much and trying to work with other equipment closets across the world to make sure everybody's getting the equipment they need. It's such an inspiration. Please lean in and learn about CPAP.
If you're looking for a way to give back, these organizations are doing incredible work. And if you have a nonprofit that you would like us to spotlight, let us know. You could come in for an interview. We could do it online. But thank you to all of those givers out there. So, Shelly, tell me something good.
Jody's still on the air.
Going on.
Well, I'm obsessed, so I'm only going to talk about what I'm obsessed with, and that's Kelsey Fendler. She's almost done, you guys. She might be done today. We record a little early. She is kicking ass. I'm so moved by this. It's day 42 on the water. She is just rowing her heart out and, trying to beat other
rowers.
There's no other rowers out there, but she's
what they've done in the past.
Exactly. Yeah. What their goals.
And tell us again, why is she doing this incredible mission, this incredible adventure?
Well, she's attempting to become the first American woman to row solo, unsupported, from California to Hawaii. And I post it all the time. I'm obsessed. Go check out You Row Kelsey. But it is for the Well Foundation, which is a foundation that supports the rowing crew that works in the Grand Canyon with their health and mental support. Because they're down there, working their bodies so hard, and they've had experiences where somebody's been injured and how that traumatically affects them, and so just such an amazing organization and such an amazing young person. If you have not watched these videos, please watch one, and if you're not moved by it, okay, you do you. But she is out there by herself in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you're not moved by it. That's a little weird.
You do you. But she's just so motivated. It's so freaking exciting. I can't get enough of it. And I just keep sharing it on the social media, and people are like, "Who? What?" And I'm like, how is this not the main story? I'm like obsessed. I can't get enough of Kelsey and
everybody has a lot going on these days.
I know. But I'm like, come on. Put it on your number 10 of the list of obsessions. I know Summer House and Love Island. Freaking Kelsey Fendler, you guys, come on. Anyway, not to yuck anybody's yum, but she is just so inspirational, and she shares the journey in such an engaging way. So
go Kelsey.
Yeah.
What a badass.
I know, what a badass, seriously. What about you? You have any good news for us, Fairly?
Oh my gosh, yes I do. So last week we reported that the air guitar competition was happening, and I have some good news. Who won?
Tell me.
The 2026 U.S. Air Guitar Austin qualifier was won by Cutie Patootie.
We got to play Cutie Patootie and get them on the podcast.
Absolutely. So it was at the Jackalope South Shore, 1523 Tinnen Ford Road in Austin, Texas. The event served a massive combined Texas showdown, bringing together top air guitar competitors for both Austin and Houston. By winning the regional title, Cutie Patootie secures a guaranteed competition slot at the Dark Horse qualifier for the U.S. Air Guitar National Championship. I'm so proud of Cutie Patootie, and I hope you bring home the win. The upcoming regional schedule will be coming out. It will take place in San Francisco.
Oh my gosh, we gotta find go cutie patootie. We gotta find photos and everything. And
I know, it's so fun. All right, this is crazy.
if y'all know anybody from Cutie Patootie, please put us in touch.
Yes, we want to know. We want to know Cutie Patootie. This is insane. This is some good news that is crazy to me. Are you ready?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
So in France, it took 34 days for them to create an apartment complex that was all created from 3D printing.
Oh, wow.
34 days. It's supposed to be affordable living for people. I hope that it's a big hit. You know, who knows? It might be like the wave of the future.
Yeah.
So 34 days to make an apartment complex.
Wow.
3D printing. We are in the future right now.
We're in the future. May I ask, because I feel like I'm not the only one, but y'all can make fun of me when when I say this out loud, because I think this is a misunderstanding across the board for some of us old folks. What does the 3D printer use at when they're building the house? Because in my mind, because it's a printer, it's paper.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking it up for you.
Y'all can all laugh out loud about this situation. I don't think I'm alone in the fact that we all think it's paper.
Well, I think it's mainly plastics and polymers, and then it can make metal. It can do metal, and then it has biomaterials, organic for medical, and then it can do concrete on large scales as well. It can do like it can also do, I mean, it does so many things, Shelly. So it's not just one material. I've only seen it make plastic dragons.
Can we please stop saying that it's a printer and say that it's a robot?
I don't really know how it works. I've seen them work and it looks like a printer, but this is like on a larger scale. You can create, yeah, they're like robotic printers, so to speak. It's not paper.
It's not paper. And then I think of the Three Little Pigs and then I'm gonna blow your house down. It's like,
I know.
You guys, please, if you know anything about this, please come and talk to us.
Oh my gosh.
We obviously need a tutorial, and I don't think I'm alone. I do think other people think it's a printer.
Oh my gosh. I think you're right, because we're living in the future, but we actually dwell in the past.
Well, I need to experience it firsthand. You've seen the dragon be made. I've only seen it on online.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I need a firsthand experience with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
What about our books? What books are you reading these days?
Well, thank you to our friend Marco for the second time. A little shout out for Marco again. We had Marco Martinez on our podcast last week, and he wrote a book, and which I had already read, but it prompted. His book is called Unforgettable. You're Unforgettable by Marco Martinez. It's about educators. Please order it. You know, you can get it from Amazon. It's an easy read. But it prompted me to read the Selma Blair book about her journey.
Wow.
And man, it's called Mean Baby. It's a little older. It's heavy.
Yes, you're right.
Not just her MS journey, but her journey period was like
her life journey.
Yeah, her life journey was heavy. And
I saw her in interviews. She's a dynamic human with, you know, so brave, so strong. Wow.
Yes. And I have to tell you, because Marco was on the show, we've had quite a few people living with MS join on adjacent connectors, and message me on social media and stuff like that. You guys, we're down for it. We have loved ones that we care about so much living with MS. And so the MS journey is very, very, very dear to our heart. And if you're living with MS and you want to come share your story, we would love to hear from you.
Absolutely. I have to tell you one thing about this podcast I love is that we are really getting connected with so many people. And I love the diversity of the people that we are connecting with. And it is such a highlight to me when I see someone, come into studio with a wheelchair or a walker or a cane or with their assistant, or driving themselves, I'm just, there's so many different types of people in this world, and we celebrate everyone. We love everybody. So
that is really the heart and soul of this podcast, is that we believe, yes, I mean, sure, Brad Pitt was like, hey, I'd like to be on your podcast. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'd like to have Brad Pitt. But more importantly to us, it's the real people living real life, and everybody has a story. Every single person has a story.
And we want to celebrate it.
And we want to showcase it so much. And we hear, I do all the scheduling for the show. And I'm like, hey, we'd love to have you on the podcast. And they're like, I have nothing to share. I don't have a story. And I'm like, were you born? Where did you grow up? Did you have a family? That is a story. And
I think people they are surprised when they are like, oh yeah, I guess I did have a story.
And they're like, what are your questions? I was like, you cannot get them wrong. I promise. What is your name?
Yeah.
Where are you from? We want to hear it.
It's not an SAT test.
Yeah.
It's just like, we just want to get to know you better.
Exactly. And we love it so much. We love it so much. Please come share. Patreon update, Jody. What's going on?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to tell you my book that I read.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely loved Marco Martinez's book. It's very, it's uplifting, and it's a very touching book about how people have affected his life in a positive way and given him so much strength. And he's so humble. He's so humble. It's incredible. As a silly summer read, I've read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. It's been made into a TV show, movie of some sort, I guess. But it's just a cute love story about Percy Fresser and her lifelong teenage summer romance, childhood best friend, Sam, and how they had, they were very connected and in love, and then heartbreak happens, and then they come back together during a challenge in their life. It's just a lovely romance, and during the summer you want light books that help you make it through those hot summer days, and maybe then make it feel a little hot in other places too.
Not related, but our friend Leticia recommended Voicemails from Isabella.
Oh my gosh. So that is on Netflix. I've heard great things. That's on my list. I have a hard time sitting through movies, but it's supposed to be very lovely.
Well, I watched it.
Did you boo-hoo the whole time?
Of course. It's about two sisters.
Yes. Don't give it away too much.
I won't. But thanks, Leticia, for recommending something that made me cry.
Yeah.
I do love to cry, but not about sisters such. So
and then my podcast of the week that I recommend is Gabbing with Gib. He does great interviews. It's a lot of, just silly things that are going on in the world, but he's such a good interview, and he's really connected with all these people in such a sweet way. And I just like his style, and I like hearing about New York and places like that. And, just the fun stuff, social media, things like, so anyway, it's a fun, lighthearted podcast that you can just relax while you're cleaning out the ranch and weeding around the fire pits for hours and hours and hours.
10 hours.
All right, tell me about Patreon. What's going on Patreon, Shelly?
Well, we have to shout out our Jessica Montanez for being our very first adjacent baller.
Bala bala.
Yeah, that's $100 a month. She becomes a producer of the show. We're tagging her and everything. She's getting lots of extras because she's part of the uh, uh, process. And we'd love somebody else to join her as a fellow baller. She would love that for sure. We are also talking more about all of our we'll be talking more about all of our memberships throughout season 4. But there are so many extras out there. Patreon allowed us to offer a handful of free memberships. So if you need a free membership to try it out, reach out to me. We would love to share it with you.
It's super fun. Also, if our Shelly even she groups different podcasts together into categories. So if you're really interested in the outdoors, if you're interested in teacher interviews, if you're interested in nonprofit interviews or food information or whatever, it's all grouped into these little little files for each of those podcasts. And then and it just keeps adding to it as we interview various people or do different things around town. So I love it.
Agreed. And so it makes it, if you're like, I want to hear everything they said about the chicken fried steak competition. It's all in one place.
It's all in one place.
And Andrew McCarthy's road tripping with Andrew McCarthy. It's all in one place. Season 3, I'm in the process of grouping all of season 3 together. So you will just have to click, and you have everything we did during season 3 right there, making it super easy. And I'm gonna go back and do season 2 and season 1. But yeah, there's so much. I mean, another Patreon shout out is our friend Kelly Parsons is joining Patreon.
Way to go.
I'm so excited. And she's learning the ukulele. And she just posted her singing with the ukulele this week. And it was just like the sweetest little thing. I loved it so much. I just listened to it in the background and really enjoyed it.
And she's living her best life. She just welcomed a new baby human into the world.
So
her first grandchild. I'm so happy for her.
So cute.
So exciting. So we have some foodie challenges for you guys. We have been doing for this month of June and July, we're doing our charcuterie board. We call it the Charcutes Challenge. And we're bringing all of our food adventures in to our weekly news, which is shared in full reviews, photos, and behind the scenes content over on Patreon. And we have a confession. We've been gatekeeping one of our favorite restaurants. We've been talking about them a little, but it's the Barretto Bistro on West 38th Street. It's an intimate neighborhood Italian restaurant that makes you feel like it has a little bit of a mafia feel to it. If you know, you know. And it is a brick oven. They have their outdoor brick oven. It's so lovely. You can sit, relax. They're not rushing you out the door. You don't have to make a reservation 4 months in advance. The food is bien. It's so good. I haven't had enough of it. There's great cocktails, wine list, a beautiful patio. If you let's say that you're visiting somebody at the hospital, this is a great place to get away and just kind of relax with yourself. You could bring a book, sit outside, sit inside. They have those old school booths that I love so much with the high backs. I love this place. So
yes, and we had a charcuterie board there, and it was everything. It was delicious. It was amazing. It had everything. It's a real competitor in our charcuterie board challenge.
And we'll go into detail with that even more later with our charcuterie, the food challenges. Love it so much.
And I will say, this place, if you're a mahjong group trying to find a place to play mahjong, this would be a great place. You can sit and play cards. They don't mind at all. And they also, they know their wine and they know their cocktails and they know their beer. I mean, give them a try, but always make sure that we have access to it.
And tell us Adjacent sent you. Say, hey,
Yeah.
I heard about y'all on Adjacent. I'm gonna come and see it. It's kind of tucked back in there. You kind of got to go find it. It's like going on a little, adventure. So,
Well, and it does have plenty of parking, and it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Parking. There's plenty of parking.
Yes, and in this Austin town, everything's paid parking now. So
Exactly.
it's nice to get away from that. What are some things you're loving this week, Shelly?
Well, I loved our 10-mile club that we just started, that we're doing the whole 10-mile loop at least once a month and around the hike and bike trail. We'll talk more about that on the Great Outdoors.
We definitely have some pro tips for you. Some things we learned on our 10-mile walk.
Yeah, bring a snack.
Yeah.
I am very grateful. My number 2 is I finally am developing systems for bouncing between properties, and man, it just took this weight off my shoulder, and it was like, okay, you're down to 2 bags.
Yes,
I mean, I was moving like while I was trying to figure out these systems, I was moving like 7 boxes to every house, trying to make sure everybody had everything they need. And it's like, Coulter has his system, Adrian definitely has his system, but I didn't have mine. And I was like, I might need this. But as I finally figured it out, I don't need 7 books. I don't need to move the 7 books with me. What are you reading right now? Anyway, I'm glad to have that system in place. And I'm loving the process. My number 3 is I'm loving the process of closing the chapter season 3 and starting season 4. Like I do annually, is the reflection and the learning and the growing and the developing of systems to improve the next chapter, if you will. And I love that process. Shody and I had a great conversation. It's like, what are your goals? What are my goals? And our systems are just getting easier and better.
Yes.
And we've had a lot of people share with us that they can definitely tell the difference. They were like, hey, if you haven't been interviewed by us before, I mean, we've gotten better.
So we've gotten better at not interrupting as much.
We're gushing as much. We're really trying.
We're really working on it.
What are your 3 big loves, Shody?
Okay, I too love the 10-mile walk. It was so fun. Great conversations, great energy. The trails have never looked better. We're going to deep dive this on our Great Outdoors, so be on the listen, because there's some things that we found that we were like, what? This is here? I can't believe this. So I loved it. I love that it goes from pretty far west to pretty far east, and it's just a great hike. I loved it. And it's not hard. It's not that hard. It's pretty flat. There's not a lot of hills, so I think you'll love it too. Okay. As you know, I've been working really hard at the ranch. I worked really hard at the ranch yesterday and the day before, and I was having to sit on the ground and pick out all these weeds. So we have this fire pit. It has rocks around it, and I love it. I love the fire pit, but weeds pop up all the time. And if you don't go out after 2 weeks, you're basically reweeding the whole thing again. And you can't use a weed eater because it'll just throw rocks at you. And so I was on my hands and knees, just weeding and weeding and weeding. And then Bob sees me doing that, and he goes, oh, I have a tool for that. And it's so much easier. I was almost done, but he gave me this tool, and it is a weeding tool. It looks like a hoe. It has like a scraper, but it's in the center. It's empty on the center, and it's a pole, and you just kind of push the weeds, and then they come right up. And I was like, that's great.
Thanks, Bob.
But I'm like, oh, well, now I know. And so hopefully the next time I go, I could just do it much quicker, get it done. I won't sit there in the heat of the sun and weed for hours and hours and hours. But that that tool is going to be a life changer for me out there. Also, I think I'm going to get like something to cover that area so that I just roll it up, kind of like the baseball fields, how they roll it up, roll it up. I also am really loving, and I'm like, I know our friend Tammy and Brandon had these, these polyethylene chairs that are outdoor chairs that keep they don't need to be repainted. They keep their shape. They last forever. And I noticed at Costco they had some, and they're these Adirondack chairs, the polyethylene, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get some for that fire pit because we have a lot of like old school metal ones, and they look cool because they're all rusty and kind of that, but nobody really wants to sit on those, too much. So so I was like, I'm gonna invest in some good chairs and they don't blow because they're heavy. It's kind of like when we went to Port A and in that restaurant. That's the type of chair I'm talking about. And then I am loving everybody's comments about ranch dressing. I think it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
But my annoying thing that I can't stand are flies. I know they're important to the breakdown of dead creatures and stuff, and they play a part, but I cannot stand them when I'm eating. And Austin and Texas as a whole, because like fly town, and flies are an annoyance. I can't stand them. So those are my loves and my annoyances.
The flies are out of hand right now. It's pretty gross.
Yeah. So as you know, we're moved on to season 4. This was our big announcement. Thank you for joining us. We have some big goals this season. We want to go to Charleston for Fan Fest. We would like to build our own studio, and we definitely want to interview more guests, and we're going to need some equipment for this. So please join us on Patreon, and please keep supporting us. Like and follow and share this, because that will grow where we can get some sponsorships. We already have some, but we could always use more. So anyway, thank you for joining us on this amazing podcast, season 4. Woo, woo.
Season 4. The season 4 is going to be one heck of a ride.
Yes, we have so much up our sleeves. So
We do. You guys buckle up.
Buckle up, bitches. Let's get adjacent. Texas.
Yeah.